I think when we do talk about AI and predictive models, and I'll maybe make a distinction for some of the things Emily's talking about, those are really more descriptive insights that you signed up for a new subscription, or you did make a payment twice, versus predicting something that's going to happen in the future. So I think for those descriptive insights, it is really important that that be accurate. You can't tell a client, oh, did you sign up for a new subscription? And they go look and it's, well, what are you talking about? Versus when we think about predictive, from segments perspective, the work that we do is taking core data and transaction data and cleansing it and turning it into insights for our customers. And that typically feeds into our marketing automation solutions so you can deliver messages. And so a lot of our clients historically have been looking to, I want to send out a campaign for mortgages or HELOCs. And so they're going to take all the insights that we've produced and create an equation and develop a campaign, and it's a human-created equation. And those aren't going to be 100% accurate. You don't have 100% conversion. So where we've transitioned into AI is to build predictive models based on a target scenario of people that we've seen open up a mortgage or a credit card or whatever it is in the past. And then our machine learning engine, instead of a human-generated equation to identify that population, it's going to look at the whole universe of variables that we've developed to figure out which ones have the most predictive power. And we deploy that, and that becomes the audience upon which you're delivering messaging. But that is also not 100% accurate. It's better than a human-created one.
But what about like lifts? Like, sometimes the lift might be, and you mentioned earlier when we were connecting ahead of time, a 1%, a 2%, a 3% lift, which might not seem a lot, but when you're working with hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars, that can be a huge impact.
Yeah, so I think that's one of the big challenges that we faced when bringing our AI modeling out to the market is again, AI as a buzzword. People imagine something a lot more like incredible and accurate than it actually is, but really you can get tremendous gains with small lift. The example I shared with you, James Robert, was the data scientists we work with used to be in the auto insurance industry, and they're, I'll be a data nerd for a second, in statistics there's a concept of R, which is just the goodness of the model, basically. And the auto insurance industry operates, the billion-dollar industry, multi-billion-dollar industry, operating with models that have an R of 3. That's like a 3% lift over no model at all, and they're making money based on that. And so when we think of deploying predictive models, we might see conversions of like 5 or 6% of it. We're identifying, we have an attrition model. We're identifying 1 out of 10 people who left the institution. We've identified them in advance, and people are like, oh, that sucks. But actually, that's great. That's way better than you can do, and you have to think about how does that really cascade down to the bottom line. So 3% increase in mortgages, or 3% better targeting at auto loans, or 3% reduction in attrition over nothing, that actually is really meaningful. So you have to combat the idea. Our VP of marketing used to say, wow, 70% accurate, that sounds like a C-. Well, we're not, these aren't school grades. So small lifts can be meaningful.
Well, it's like the weather, right? It's like the weather. You can do a model based upon the weather. I actually wanted to be a meteorologist when I was a kid and go chase tornadoes, and here I am talking about analytics. But it's only as good as it can be, but it's still that's the thing, it's a predictive model. And I want to come back to the point of analytics because it's something that I've heard all of you talk about. And analytics does not mean AI, does it, Bill? Like, do we get confused?